only remaining team without a victory in the pro division here.
Yeah, which is, again, you know, you're trying not to get relegated when you're a pro team. It's goal one, and they need a win here desperately. On the breakout, looks like they might have bounced Laval. Impact on the red side, Energy Elite on the blue side. Seems they're wearing similar colored jerseys.
Yeah,
but Energy Elite with a little bit of green flair in there.
Yeah, Askren all keyed up on someone coming to his end. Might have had some bad comms from his boys. Nick Laval did not go that deep. He just went into the center door. Now he's in the brick. Askren very concerned about someone coming to his end.
As well he should be, because he's been up in this engagement quite a bit. But yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe got some bad comms. Laval popping the top, feeling no pressure here, mirrored up with Askren. He's thinking about going across, and he's going to launch. So Askren waited, and now he's going to launch. They might run into each other, and it looks like Askren's going to stay alive in that engagement with Laval. Good on Laval to not pull the trigger and get a penalty, as Justin Cornell crawls into Snake 3, but he does not know that Matt Askren's on his side of the field.
Yeah, rule number one, protect yourself at all times. Askren doing a good job of it there. Now he comes across. Thought there were two there, so
Well, Askren does shoot JC, because JC checked off on that inside lane. Askren with the full commitment, so a two-pack of kills here for Askren. As that happened, though, Tyler Harmon dives into Snake 1, or Snake 2.
Hometown event for Askren, in front of his family here from Ohio. Now Tyler Harmon, though, picking up the real estate into Snake 3 for Impact. Impact in a 3-on-4 situation here against Energy Elite. Energy Elite might not have won a game yet out here, but they've played most teams tight and in a 4-on-3 situation here against Impact.
Got to capitalize and convert on your high body situations, especially when they're playing the top teams.
Nelson, 27, into the Dorito 2 for Energy Elite. He's got Tyler Harmon in front of him in that Snake 3 for Impact. It's Rainey, Brandon Cornell, and Tyler Harmon for Impact. Nelson, and I'm not sure who else for Energy Elite, with some new bodies on this squad.
Yeah, Tyler Harmon now into Snake 3, popping inside, looking cross field right now. Nelson with that decent field position here, all the way up in D2, and Energy Elite still in Snake 3. So good cross-field spread here, Mike, for Energy Elite in a high-body moment.
Yeah, Energy Elite has done all right in getting into these long point, up body situations. Where they've struggled is coming forward when they need to, converting the high body situations when the opportunities are there. That's been their Achilles heel out here so far at the Midwest Open. Brandon Cornell sneaking out to the Dorito corner for Impact.
Yeah, nice move by Cornell out wide. And Impact just tightening things up here. I'm expecting some sort of attack to start to develop here for Energy Elite, but Energy Elite being very patient. Good to see Mike here in point number one with a lot of time still on the clock.
Yeah, patience is one thing. What I would like to see is the back center player come out behind Nelson and just get Tyler Harmon off the field. If you can get a trade with Tyler Harmon, who's on an island over here on the Snake side with not much Overwatch protection, take a 3-on-2 with Harmon off the field any day for Energy Elite. But got to be smart about it. Can't just go running into guns, that's for sure. Let's see Rainey now dipping into that Dorito insert Aztec. Nelson with Overwatch from the back center. He's making sure that Tyler Harmon can't free release forward. Austin Buffton playing the mini wall, looking over his Snake player in the Snake 3 for Energy Elite. Brandon Cornell playing the inside, trying to figure out the situation with Rainey and Harmon. These guys always so good on their communication.
Yeah, good comms is just, was at a 10 yesterday for Impact. But Energy Elite trying to bait one of these last players here for Impact to get in a gunfight with him. Brandon Cornell's going to move up. He's going to get into D2. So I like the movement here from Brandon Cornell. Get outside wide to D1, now D2. Get some help with, I believe, Rainey at the Aztec. So it's just Tyler Harmon on an island here for Impact bottom side. Looking at Brandon Cornell, number 20 for Edmonton Impact.
Yeah, and that's a good move by Brandon because now if the Snake player for NRG Elite tries to come into the 50 Snake, Brandon's going to be able to challenge him a bit, make it more difficult to come forward. Tyler Harmon retreating to that mini wall. Like that move from him. He can play over the top, play inside. A little bit more freedom than that Snake 3 spot in terms of vision. In a low body situation, vision and comms, so important. Nice job, Rainey Stanzak. 2 out wide, D side, Viper, Charlie. Nice job by Rainey and Tyler Harmon. Finally getting good crossfield comms. That's going to allow them to potentially break something open or at least protect themselves.
Yeah, and Tyler Harmon here is now with a little tactical retreat, put himself in a good spot to try to control the action.
Comms great from NRG Elite, too. I attributed some of their comms to Impact, but that was actually NRG Elite that knew the exact situation as well. So comms always so important, especially in these long points, which NRG Elite has played a lot of out here this weekend. They just haven't come out on the winning side enough.
Well, we saw, a 10-minute point from Edmonton Impact yesterday. And NRG Elite also, if you're playing in this tournament, you're going to find yourself in a fair share of these, and you have to be able to thrive in these moments. From a tactical position, sometimes you get a hyper-aggressive field and you need to be able to play 11 points, and then sometimes you're going to go out and play 1 point in 15 minutes.
Yeah, and the experience and prestige definitely in Impact's favor here. You got to think some of these rookies on NRG Elite, they know they're going against Rainey, Tyler Harmon. They've probably been listening to Tyler Harmon's podcast for years. Rainey's won on every team he's played for since he was, 12 years old or something?
And Brandon Cornell was a young phenom who came up. He's been playing pro paintball since in his mid-teens.
Yeah, used to be called underrated. Everyone knows Brandon Cornell is a killer out there. He's playing into the starting lineup.
Mike, there's no Californian that has ever said the words Brandon Cornell and underrated in the same sentence.
Yeah.
Maybe the rest of the states. But.
Yeah, I really think it's just because he has red hair. People are like, who's that red hair kid on Impact when you have always a legend on that team? But Brandon Cornell, filthy Dorito player. Tyler Harmon needs no introduction. He literally has been playing pro since he was 13 years old.
So we're talking about the experience here of Edmonton Impact, but that's what NRG Elite is facing. And if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And also paint going to become an issue here as we're 7:19 here in regulation in point number 1. You can see the crossfield spread with our eye in the sky as body advantage for NRG Elite. Eventually going to have to try to do something with that. And how you do that is you have to have good communication and teamwork as you're going into multiple guns.
And what I don't like about this from NRG Elite is you do have a gun advantage, but they're not really making use of it, right? They're keeping guys on jobs all day long when someone can play with total freedom and receive no pressure.
And where that comes from, again, is that communication and that teamwork. You have to, as we can see these angles these guys are looking at here, is you have to be able to talk to your guy, figure out where the enemy is, which way they're looking, if they reposition, what spot do they go to, what potential move could be next. And then ideally with the extra gun, eventually you need to start exerting your will, play proactive paintball, not reactive paintball.
Yeah, and we saw all those zones on the screen, but now there's not a lot of paint in the air because everyone has to save some for the gun battles that will determine this point. When the battle goes down, I mean, we're coming in on a 10-minute point here, low paint.
Yeah,
this is the point, Maddie.
This is the point in point 1.
It's not actually. There's still time to go. We could still see a bunch more, but Impact always content to play the slow game.
Yeah, so looking here, potential move for Rainey as he's going to be hanging out at that back corner bunker for now. But he could potentially make a move up the middle. But with the extra body, if Impact, I'm pretty sure Impact knows the count. They know that NRG Elite, young, hungry team without a win, desperate for one, probably eventually going to attack. So Rainey may choose to stay in a defensive position, eat them up as they push forward, and then start their own attack. Or at least eat them up to get an extra kill to even up the bodies, and then start to attack.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're NRG Elite, right, and here comes Brandon Cornell into the Dorito 3. In a high body situation, in a 4-on-3, one guy on your opponent's side is on an island. And if you get him off the field, all you need is a trade. Now you own the side.
Interesting, though, is that Brandon Cornell is now pushing the issue down a body here, playing offense as he gets into that 50-yard line wedge, untouched, unseen, and he's going to launch on the inside, drops the hammer, gets the kill, gets him clean and stays alive. Does get shot by Buffton, though, so now it's a 3-on-2 here, still in favor of NRG Elite, but Buffton's going to get shot by Rainey. Might have got shot crossfield actually by Tyler, now 2-on-2. Rainey's still alive at the wedge. Tyler in a gunfight here with Nelson.
Yeah, and now it's even bodies and Impact owns the field because NRG Elite just want to hang out in their bunkers and not use their advantage for 10 minutes.
We just talked about the importance of proactivity. If you're the one pushing the issue and making the other team react, typically that goes your way. Not always, but it's a paintball principle.
And when things are static, smart players learn how to break you, even if they're down a body. Brandon Cornell, and now
Rainey
Nelson gets shot by
yeah,
Rainey.
Yeah, crossbow kill, leaving just one body left alive in that back center here for NRG Elite. And that is going to do it. So another high body situation, not converted. And we just talked about the experience and the poise from those 3 players out on the field for Impact, and they just proved it right there. So on the breakout, little audible real quick here, trying to fake out Impact for NRG Elite. And they're going to attack with Askren up the middle. Laval is going to match for Edmonton Impact. Dalton going to go up the middle as well, too, for Edmonton. Laval looking towards that D side. Askren looking towards the Impact Snake side.
Yeah, Impact doing a nice job. Dalton over the top on that wrap can keep NRG Elite out of the Snake, but they do lose Brandon Cornell out of the backfield, so 5-on-4 advantage NRG Elite. Once again, up a body early in these points. No one wide Dorito side for Impact. Ref coming in to check Askren in the center brick. Tyler Harmon trying to get some intel before he fills out. Dalton Vanderbilt keeping them short, not allowing NRG to get in the Snake.
Askren going to take the walk after getting checked out by the ref, so body advantage here for Impact.
Well, actually tied 4-on-4 because they lost Brandon Cornell off the break.
Yeah, so 4-on-4 here as Impact going to move a body into the Snake top side.
Yeah, Justin Cornell quick into the Snake 3. Tyler Harmon going to go out behind JC. Dalton Vanderbilt is the only presence keeping NRG Elite short on the Snake side, standing up over the top on the wrap. He's a little bit protected by that brick, so he can play over the top with more freedom than we typically see. Saw Stephen O'Mara do that yesterday afternoon. You know Dave Baines watches all the tape, as do the Yakimex.
Wondering if Impact is going to try to get one of their bodies to get out here towards their D side.
Yeah, Harmon filled over to the Snake side. I was slightly surprised by it. He was asking Dalton Vanderbilt what's on the Snake side for NRG Elite, but they don't have good eyes over there. JC has figured out some things. He's communicating. Nelson just watching the middle from that Aztec.
But NRG Elite still basically tucked in the pocket. No one wanting to take a risk out wide, so much better offensive-minded positions here for Edmonton Impact in an even count with just 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go.
Yeah, it's not looking good for NRG Elite. I think their issues out here have been pace and situational recognition and execution out here. It's not looking good for them. They're not moving on no matter what, sitting at 0-3.
Oh, we always say work towards weakness. Either plug your weakness or attack their weakness, and because NRG Elite doesn't have any bodies out wide and the Snake side is the place you can stack a ton of bodies, Impact is flooding all their bodies that way. So Tyler Harmon has chosen to join his teammates over there to just bully guys and push guys up, and they are at the 50.
Yeah, and with Dalton still in that spot, Nick Laval pointing. He wanted to kill. He got it on Nelson over the top. Awesome job, Nick Laval. Now a 4-on-3 advantage Impact. They're thinking margin here, Maddie.
Yeah, definitely thinking. I mean, they're 2-0, had some close games yesterday. Looking good to try to put the second point on the board right now as NRG Elite finally dips into the Snake. Oh, he might have got clipped as he got crossed, and I think that's Nick Laval again.
Yeah, Nick Laval, great job. After he killed that insert, he switched jobs with Dalton Vanderbilt and then shoots the Snake player. They kill Bowen. It's just Austin Buffton. It's all Impact, Maddie.
Yeah, Impact. Dalton flooding up the field here, and just another masterful performance. Yeah, and Impact just getting the read on it. Hey, because Tyler had a decision to make. He could have spread the field out, probably would have slowed the point down, but because no outside movement at all on either side, it allowed him to stack multiple bodies and bully their way up that Snake side. I think that was an excellent play call there and a good read from Tyler Harmon. Hey, man, he's stacking up a ton of confirmed kills. Might be giving Konstantin Fedorov a run for his money.
Got about 9 kills through 3 points.
So a great kill-to-death ratio. Another big move here on the break as the chaos is starting to set in with these big middle moves. Portman trying to make something happen. Penalty going to be assessed. This might open the door a little bit here. There's only 48 seconds left. It needs to go quickly here for NRG Elite. Portman's going to drop the hammer on Zach Yakimek, and here comes Askren, and that is going to do it. So they need to hit the buzzer, though. Need to get a body of the buzzer. Askren's going to, oh, no. Penalty assessed. Getting the referee running over to try to stop the clock as Askren gets checked out by the ref.
On impact, I think.
Ooh, penalty on impact.
I'll just save some time.
Well, there's 36 seconds left to go. If the point goes to extreme and impact has to play down, that could make this one very interesting. Jumping in and just 3 bodies. Nope.
Yeah, 3 bodies and 3-0 impact. Yep. So the major.
No, there was 4 bodies out there.
Right, right. So the swing point, they pull 1 off, not 2, because it was an instant swing point. So 3-0. This is just.
This is going to do it. Impact might be putting a pad their margin a little bit here. Yeah, everyone's been shot for NRG Elite. Dalton getting close. And he's going to let that time go off a little bit to make sure this game's in the bag.
Right, so the official rule is under 60 seconds. It's an instant swing point. It doesn't matter if you have the bodies to pull. No matter what, you start with 4 at the next point.